Oh, what's up, YouTube? Hopefully everybody's doing good tonight. I'm not usually going live on Tuesdays, but this is the Mater and Crystal's cooking channel. And I had to get the YouTube side muted there. So, like I said, tonight talking about food. That's what this channel is for. It's talking about food. Let me get my camera moved a little bit more. There. That shows I got a couple of people watching. I sent some links out to everybody, or a few people. Like I said, this is for talking about cooking. That's what this channel is for. Not really talking about coins or tools or anything like that. It's more for cooking. As I went going live earlier before Raging went live, and that was showing how to do a quick little meal that didn't take much or anything. And that's what I want to talk about tonight is ideas, especially like what Cajun was talking about, is doing like stuffed okra, which I mentioned to Crystal, and she kind of likes the idea. So I guess tomorrow we're going to be going to Walmart and getting some okra, getting some fresh okra, and a few other items, and we'll see about getting some stuffed okra made. Okay, not a problem. Yeah, that way she can be in here too. I don't know who else is in here. It shows I got two people watching. Hopefully it's not just Crystal and myself. But yeah, like I said, I mentioned that to Crystal about the stuffed okra, and she was going, ooh, ooh. So might be doing some stuff. We'll be seeing about doing some stuffed okra. We still have those bell peppers. Might be stuffing those with something else. Um, don't know what we might be cooking for tomorrow night for dinner, but some of it does sound pretty good. Um, that way we can, have the. Of course, that will all have to be before going live on the regular channel. Um, so probably wind up doing that. Probably starting around 5:30, maybe 6. Never know. We might go live again for doing it on the on this channel. Excuse me. So what do y'all want to talk about tonight? It's just like I said, just chit chat and everything, talking about getting different ideas for cooking, because that's what the channel is for. Because I'm waiting on Crystal to pop in here. Oh, I don't have anybody in the basement yet. Guess everybody's too busy and too late for them. So I don't know. Some of the guys out there on the West Coast, it's still early for them. It should be what about 7:45. All right. Got sent to you. Hey, Regent, how you doing? I sent you the link that way if you want to come up and everything while you're driving. You talk about some food. I sent one to Cajun. I sent one to Anthony Robles. Here comes Crystal.
Yeah, because I haven't done anything to your computer, your laptop. So it's Mater's Workshop is the one in the basement, is me, even though it says Steel Sky.
Right.
Hey, Regan. And so anything I have no control over what goes on. I can't do trolls or anything like that.
Right. Well, she hadn't. Well,
I'm not going to switch. I'm not going to switch
okay.
it.
Well, tell you what, I don't have any mods, so tell you what, type something in the.
YouTube. Give me just a second. I actually have to go in and open that one.
Well, all you gotta do is type something in the chat, and you're already a mod as far as Steel Sky wise.
Yeah, but let me see if this will let me do it.
All you gotta do is type just something in the chat.
Sweetie, I'm looking and it's not letting me type in the chat because it's not giving me the option. So I have to go to YouTube and do that there.
Oh, okay.
Give me just a few minutes.
All right.
Hey, Regan, I saw you pop in before I changed.
Yep. So, where'd you say you're heading to tonight?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Ah. Yep. Like I said, after Cajun mentioned about stuffed okra, I had to come into the house and everything. And I mentioned Crystal, and she goes, "Ooh, that sounds good." It's like, yeah, we can do this and this and this. And,
all right.
Oh, yeah, she didn't have that part muted.
No, it's set up on the laptop, so I didn't mute it.
Oh. But
it was set up how you left it.
Oh.
All right. I typed, hello.
I saw.
So, that way you can set it up.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's like, oh, that sounds like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I was thinking about is we still have some leftover the yellow, red, and orange bell peppers. Yeah, the small one. And I'm going,
cream cheese.
We can stuff them with different things. I mean, we got ground beef that we can always get put out, get defrosted and get that cooked up and stuff the bell peppers with that, maybe some cream cheese. And
we have sausage patties. We can cook up, cut up.
Yep. So we're going to see about getting that kind of stuff all done tomorrow evening before I go live on the regular channel.
Yep. Well, possibly. It may not be till next week.
Even if you didn't want to. Yeah. Even if you didn't want
to. Uh-oh.
Okay. You hit a
broadcasting of it. StreamYard thing you can. Yeah.
Do a premiere.
StreamYard has a certain setting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then while that premiere is airing, you can actually be in the comment section with all of your other subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's an idea also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We can actually do the recording of everything prior and then just...
I'll do that. I'm going to do that probably Thursday or Friday. I'm going to do tater tot casserole because they say tater tots, it doesn't matter what potato you put on top as long as it's frozen potatoes. I've used tater tots, waffle fries, seasoned fries, shoestring French fries, regular French fries, and I've used hash browns on top of it. It just depends on what you want to put for that potato layer.
Yep.
The only thing I haven't tried is sweet potatoes.
That might even be good. Don't know.
Yeah.
Now, I still need to see about getting all the ingredients to make my version of shepherd's pie.
Mm,
That I don't know for a fact would really be good
Right.
because I do it a little bit different than normal. It still comes out real good.
yeah, and I mean the way I do my tater tot casserole is. Give me 1 second, because I like the air conditioner, but the sound annoys me.
Yeah.
The way I tater tot casserole is not considered conventional.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's there and it gets all the ingredients there, but the way I combine them is not how everybody else does it.
Right.
And also, what I put the cream soup, you're supposed to put. I grew up with cream of chicken or cream of mushroom. Okay, somebody can't stand mushroom. Okay, but my
No
mom did this to my brother, and okay, y'all guys have seen Mater eat that yellow bowl that he had. He can eat that and not flat full, but a little over full. But with all his health problems, he hasn't been able to.
Tonight I did almost 2 full bowls.
Almost. Okay, my brother eat at the time that my mom did this, he would eat the same amount. Okay, he had 3 servings. So he literally ate almost half of a tater tot casserole that was in a 9x13 cake pan. And he asked what the taste was. She didn't tell him till after he was done that it was cream of broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
I do about 2 pounds of beef. I do celery and chicken. Or I've done celery and mushroom. But since he won't do mushroom, I'll do it with the chicken. And there's also
which we gotta get more of.
A beef consomme and a French onion that you can use, but you have to thicken them up because they literally are almost water coming out of the can.
Yeah.
And that's with them being a condensed soup too. They're still watery.
Yep. And cream of chicken, I use the last can that I could see.
You know, I'm just like you, Mater. I don't really like the taste of mushrooms, but when I can cook with a mushroom gravy, like the Campbell's cream of mushroom soup, I'll cook with it, but I'll just scoop all that stuff off of my meat, so I don't really have to taste the mushrooms.
Yeah.
But
see, the way I combine it, you can't do that.
Right.
Because what you would normally do is fry the meat, drain it, put it in the bottom of the pan.
Hey, 710.
And then you would put the soup over the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't do that. And I've done this to bulk it up because I had to cook for like 8 people. And I had 13 by 11 or something pan. I had the next size up from a 9 by 13. So I had to bulk it up. Because everyone showed up and nobody told me. And it's 20 minutes till I'm fixing to put this in the oven. So I put I did 3 pounds of meat, 1 large can of condensed cream of mushroom, and at the time I had cream of broccoli. So I put that in too. But once you fry your meat and you drain it, you mix your soup in with it while it's still hot. So you don't have to add any liquid to it. And I also threw some frozen mixed veggies right at the end of the cooking of the beef. I threw about 2 small handfuls in the beef and got them heated through and everything, barely even heated, just thawed, and then threw it all in there. Yeah, no, 7:10. We are not cooking, but we are live on the cooking show, and it's 10 o'clock Central.
Yeah, and this stream is just talking about food. It's not dealing with all the other stuff that normally is on my other channel and everything that we'll talk about tomorrow night. This is cooking. And of course, the banner and everything. Yeah, I took a little bit of inspiration from Raging himself.
Hulk smash.
Yeah, Hulk
It
smash.
I went. I left your live stream Raging, and because this crafter, she about every 2 to 4 months, once she gets about 100 basket full of stuff done, or she thinks she's been productive enough, she will
she goes live.
She'll go live. And actually, it had been almost 6 months since her last live stream. I'm like,
that's understandable.
Yep.
And turns out I was the only one in her stream.
Yep. And I do know that not this Sunday. Was it the following Sunday is when we're going to have the little craft fair at the church?
The Saturday, the 17th.
Okay. Yeah, I got to see about getting some stuff made for that.
Yeah.
I got plenty of cedar wood I can cut and use.
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't be really picky about it. I would just do a basic on it.
Yeah, I know.
And since like I said, you're going to donate it to the group and you're not going to get any money out of it. You're basically getting publicity.
I know. Well, like I said, it's something I want to make. It's like, hey, if I can get one of them made and someone likes it and they do want to buy it, then they can always ask where more of them can be gotten at.
Yeah. And every time you start talking, and she's sitting here, Scout, our dog, is sitting here kind of half slitted eyes. You start talking, they raise up and her left ear comes up.
Scout.
Try it again.
Scout. What are you doing?
She's looking at you. She's just looking at you.
Yeah, I've got no problem spelling it for different YouTubers, but you know.
Yep.
But you got to work and make a living. Hey, Anthony.
Yeah.
And he said,
Anthony,
and he said,
I sent you the
Raging, I missed you live. Sorry about that, but you know, life happens, and he had to address it immediately.
Yep. Well,
We're
no
good.
problem, Anthony. Check your email. I got you a link out there. I don't know where Boo's hiding at. He must have had to really lean off the dock.
The YouTube vampire finally went to sleep.
Yeah, either he leaned off so far he fell in. So, Raging,
tonight.
I was going to say, so what are some of the favorite dishes you like making? Hey, Juan.
Hi, Juan.
I haven't made it yet, but I want to make crawfish egg etouffee.
Ooh.
I really like making pastelaya, jambalaya.
He's nursing a pulled shoulder.
Youch.
Yeah, he can't do those 12 or 16 ounce arm curls tonight.
Well, it depends upon which shoulder.
Probably the one that he normally does curls with.
Well,
he says hi, Raging, and Juan is saying hi to everybody, including Raging. You just reminded me I need to get a hold of my friend that's in Washington because he's originally from Louisiana. And yeah, jambalaya, etouffee, gumbo, all that.
Hurry up,
I
get up there, Anthony.
but you know,
The liquid painkillers kicked in too much.
yeah. I kind of figured with the arm curls, you are ambidextrous because most people are.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he pulled a shoulder, it's probably that one.
Yeah.
It's probably the
Ray,
dominant.
well, I was gonna say, are you gonna cook any of those meals and everything and do video on them?
I haven't really decided if I'm going to include cooking on my channel because I cover so many other topics.
Right.
Why not? Just put in, hey.
But I may talk to the better half and see if she wants to add a cooking channel to YouTube through hers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if y'all didn't notice, she was in the chat tonight.
I heard her.
I did not I left, I guess, before she popped in, or I don't know her YouTube name, so.
Gypsy Rose.
Okay. Yeah, I did see her.
I saw that. I heard her in the background yapping.
Yeah. I may talk to her and see if she wants to do something like that on hers.
Yeah.
If not, I may just pre-record it and just do premieres. But as far as live streaming and cooking, no, I won't do that.
No, I didn't say do a live stream on that. I'm just saying
sciatic hurts.
Yeah. That hurts, Anthony.
You're talking to someone with a permanent sciatic mess up. Because when I had my daughter, that epidural, it slid right across my sciatic nerve, and now my nerve moves.
Yep. But
I had a shoulder displacement in the military.
Ooh. But yeah, that's what I was gonna say is you can just videotape it and just
hey, this is how I do this, and y'all guys like it, love it, or lump it, whatever.
That would be perfect. Get some aluminum foil, put everything in it, and get a like a GoPro strapped underneath the hood and everything, and you cook the meal while you're driving down the road.
Oh no.
I actually know somebody that did that. He had a steak and he had like 5 layers of foil.
Yep.
Butter underneath, butter on top, seasoning, all that. And he had tied it in the way he did it. He had a bag around the steak, but it was still flat. And he had it right on the engine block.
Yep.
And he had it a very long zip tie. Somehow, I don't know exactly how he did this, but he drove for 2 hours. He pulled over, popped the hood, grabbed the steak with the tongs, and ate. And I was like,
It's kind of like that one girl that's on TikTok. She boils the noodles on the stove, dumps them in the sink, and mixes everything else in it. Pulls the mixture out of the sink and puts it in the oven and bakes it. I'm like, oh no.
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 Everybody's like,
you dump it in a colander that is inside a bowl, so you have some of the starch water, and then you dump the noodles in the pan to cook, and you add everything to it before you cook it.
Dumped it in the sink and mixed everything together. From the cheese sauce out of the Campbell's chicken noodle soup tin to the milk to the shredded cheese to the block cheese to the Velveeta cheese that she had. I'm like, no. Almost every comment on that video was like, yeah, that's a hospital visit waiting to happen.
Yeah. I mean, we have a stainless steel sink. I could sit there, scrub that thing down with Dawn dish soap, brand new scrubber, scrub it down with Dawn, scrub it down with bleach, vinegar, more Dawn, and more vinegar. And there's no way in effing hell I would do that.
What's up, Ray?
Not
No, I mean,
I'm sorry, but I wouldn't even buy a brand new sink from the store and do that with it. No.
No,
no,
even those farmhouse sinks that are square. Uh-uh.
no.
The only way I would put something in a sink is I literally y'all gotta see me unboxing it. You see me washing it, and I have a grill outside that I'm going to put the actual sink on, and everything is mixed in like that. That's the only way. Only way. And then
Like,
as soon as I'm done, that's going to be out front with as a planter.
Yeah. It's like for me, when I wound up doing that video cooking the hot dogs and everything on the Coleman propane stove, that was all just a joke, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that was supposed to be just as a
That
total.
was completely a joke, and I said, nope, I'm not in on that. Y'all guys know.
Yeah.
I didn't find out what he was. I knew he was going out there with the Coleman stove and hot dogs. That's all I knew.
Right. Well, you didn't like the idea as far as the original idea I had.
No. And I didn't like it because the Coleman stove, I didn't know if he had scrubbed it clean or not.
Yeah.
So that's why I was no.
Doing something like that is no different than cooking on a barbecue pit.
Right.
Yeah, but my barbecue, whenever I use it, which hasn't been often because my dad always did, and even when he did it, the screens came in and they were scrubbed with the metal barbecue cleaners. Yep. Literally, they came in black. They went back outside silver.
Yep.
And then before, when he was putting the ash and everything, the briskets and biscuits, whatever, briquettes, that's it, and wood and all that to get it started heating, they came back in the house. Now, they did get taken to the bathroom because that was the biggest area, because what I was doing was rinsing off the dirt and stuff from them being out there.
Hey, Cajun.
And so I would take them in the shower, get the handhold shower, and just sit there, hold them up and rinse them off. And while I'm holding it up and they're draining, I'm rinsing the tub. But at no point in time did they actually touch the surface of the bathtub in any way, shape, or form.
Cajun, check your email.
Yeah. And then they went back outside and they sat down, and then they dried on the grill and everything before he started cooking. But they were silver every time.
Right.
Yeah. Right. This was before I started working in fast food. When I started working in fast food, I had one boss go, "How the fuck what? How can you clean like that?" I was like, "You don't clean like this?" He goes, "No." I said, "Okay, then you stand by and watch me clean, because I'm going to make this so clean you're going to be able to eat off it."
Right.
And this is, the biscuit trays at McDonald's and Burger King have the actual indentions from the biscuits. I took their stuff they provided. You couldn't see it. There were no indentions from where the biscuits were cooking. You could not see it. And after that, I trained like 6 people in that store in 2 weeks on how to clean like that. And the last time I talked to him, which is about 6-7 years ago, everybody cleans like that on his stores. Yeah, this is just how I grew up cleaning. I mean, I grew up out in the middle of podunk nowhere. Yeah, we got roaches, but considering my grandpa had a hog farm in the house that we grew up in, okay, you clean all your surfaces and stuff, and then before you start cooking again, you clean it again. Mm-hmm. And the second time, you spray it down with, in this case, Awesome, because they have that at the dollar stores for $1.25 for like a 32-ounce bottle of the regular or the orange. And you spray it down, wipe it up, and go to town. That's how come. And Mater, I know. Huh? What'd you say, Raven?
The wife wants one of those black stone griddle things.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna get it for her.
Yeah.
She likes to cook and she likes to do all kinds of stuff.
Now, the awesome I was talking about, it is food safe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the orange is actually a little bit more powerful than the original yellow because it's got the citric acid in it for the orange. So you just rinse it twice when you're done, and before you start cooking again. And this is something I know Mater has seen me do. Reached out, grabbed the pan, rinsed it off before I started cooking again.
Yep.
And it's because I got used to cleaning with that awesome. And every time you rinse it twice when you're done, and you rinse it before you start again.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's food safe, you still do that.
Yep. Hey, Cajun, it was saying, like, I texted you saying it won't work. It says that email address does not exist.
Okay. Yeah, because he has the 10-minute subscriber on here, I guess.
No, I'm saying that his email for the.
Don't you have subscribers only on here?
Yeah, subscribers, for 10 minutes. But what I'm saying is, he sent me his the other email for the What's Cooking channel, and I went typing that in, and it was saying, nope, don't exist.
Probably just send it to his other email.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I sent it first at Cajun Coin Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I sent it there. So
I don't. The only one I have is Cajun Coin. Yeah. Yeah, because he's just now with this channel. That's how come he had to wait.
Yeah, I know.
And we've only got 28 or 30 subs now.
I think
30.
Am I?
Yeah,
30? Yeah, we're up to 30. Yeah.
Okay, Scout has decided that she's going to sleep. I said her name and she didn't twitch. Yeah, no.
Yeah, last night after I got off the stream with y'all, I and I got done talking with Jamie. We stayed backstage for at least another hour and a half.
Wow.
Yeah. Just chit-chatting.
As long as you enjoy it.
Right. I'm saying that's what you could have done.
Yeah. As long as you enjoy yourself and, no big.
I recorded at least 4 or 5 more videos that I'll be dropping probably this week.
Well, I know I already saw the one on the Pittsburgh Breaker Bar.
Uh-huh. I tell you, I love that Breaker Bar.
Yeah,
I put them saved to my watch later. So the last 4, I think you put out, because you put them out in the space of like the last 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So all those I've got to go in and watch. What I'm going to do tomorrow, and I'm going to borrow him because I'm going to need help arranging stuff so it goes up. And
yeah, and I'm going to need her help out here because I'm going up, and I don't need her in the house by herself in case I come down 7 feet the fast way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be good.
Mm-mm.
No, in fact, to what's down here is not anything soft to land on.
Mm-mm.
If I mentioned in somebody else's stream or I mentioned on somebody's video, I think it was on Midwest Tour Review's video. I wish I had time to stop everywhere and help everybody with organization.
Yeah.
Oh,
That needed help.
Yeah. Like I said,
go
we'll talk.
go
We'll
to
talk
my
to
channel, and I literally just uploaded 3 stash videos. Go look at that. And in one of them you can see where I started organizing. I think it's in my second one. Probably in about another week or so, I'm going to do a full one where you guys can see what I have done.
Mm-hmm.
It will scare you because of how I've gotten everything arranged.
Thank you, Ray.
Okay, thanks, Ray. But I literally went from sitting in my craft chair with a shelf like right here that I could reach out and touch to I moved that entire shelf to the other side of the wall, and all the tote boxes and stuff that were in front of that dresser buffet table and all that was there shifted down. The buffet table moved, all the tote boxes moved, which is what is in the stash videos.
Mm-hmm.
And the way everything is arranged now from what it was on my last couple of live streams it's a shock. And it took us.
That's why. Okay, I see where the mistake was.
Okay, and how long did it take us to actually get that moved, honey?
As far as everything out there,
To move it out so we could move the buffet over. About 20 minutes?
25 at the most.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't take that long. I mean, had it all figured out, and of course, I'm trying to get her to try and do something, and she's thinking, no, we need to do this. I'm going, nope, move the stuff here. Makes it a lot easier for moving this other. And she goes, after I explained it to her, she goes, yeah, you're right.
Oops, okay. But it literally, from getting once we got the buffet table moved, it was about another 10 minutes to get the shelving moved where I could start bringing the yarn in out of the kitchen.
Yep.
So, and that after that was it.
Yep.
Which I'm actually going to need your help here once we shut down for a few minutes.
Yep.
Because otherwise we're going to lose a kitten.
Yeah, and I do see what happened. Cajun, the way Cajun had it put in there, he had the apostrophe on what's, and it's without an apostrophe.
Ah.
That's why that's what the problem was.
Just like
I typed it the way you said put it in. So
just like when you search your channel, we have to put the apostrophe in, because if we don't, it shows up Master's Workshop.
Yeah.
Did YouTube not assign you a handle?
As far as on what?
For your channel
I
name?
know they asked me, but I left mine alone, I think.
I mean,
yeah, if you don't pick one, they're going to assign you one.
Oh, yeah.
It makes it easier for people that are searching for you to find you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just put this one on here because I wanted something that was for, because, I mean, I've got my regular one. She's got hers that, is doing the crochet. It's like, why not do one that is the combination of the two, but just for cooking? I mean, I don't know. I could always change it to Mater and Steel Sky cooking. All right, see you, Juan. But yeah, I mean that's what I want to do, and that's why I thought, okay, I'm trying, like tonight, on your stream, I was going back and forth between the two.
Okay, see, I've looked. My handle is @ and all lowercase, Steel Scott. You just condense my name and lowercase it.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes it easier for people that are searching for you to find you. That's why they're doing it.
You go to youtube.com/handle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, I'll check in on that after we, get this shut down.
And then after they did that, I noticed I had my community page. I'm like, I don't get that till 500.
Everybody, I got my community page at 110.
I've already got one on my other channel. I haven't checked on this one if we've gotten it or not.
I guess YouTube has changed a few things on their format.
Yeah. As far as from what someone had said is, yeah, they were just handing them out.
Yeah. Okay, see, if you want to find me real quick, type in my name like it is there, because literally there's an ad and then there's my picture, which is a bunch of yarn. And that'll take you right to it. And 2 down is my stash videos. Yeah, first ones that pop up on me is my 3 stash videos.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, but I'm gonna try to do a little bit more trucking involved thing for the channel because it's lacking in that area.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see my comment on? I know we're kind of getting off subject, but I was gonna say, you were talking about how you want to be able to get the rig and everything jacked up that way you can pull the tires and everything off.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see my comment on that solution?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because on the Formula F1s, they just hooked the air hose up and got the plunger to come down and jack the whole car up.
Hey, Boo.
Hey, Crystal, later, Raging.
Some air hydraulic jacks and everything that pop down that lift the whole truck up. You don't have to worry about jack stands.
Nah. Good girls.
With this rig, yeah.
Well, I didn't say having a trailer hooked up to it too.
No, I won't drive this thing with the trailer hooked up to it.
Yeah.
No, you unhook and very, very carefully roll forward, then jack up.
Yep.
Mess up your rim, but
see when we come on the trailer is dropped at a drop yard and it's stashed there until we go pick it back up.
Yeah.
But we only take the bobtail home.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's just, and you changing tires with the trailer on is asking to take the entire rig over the other direction.
Yep.
Mater, you were talking about that comma to the top earlier. That was the cell phone that added that automatically. And I didn't catch it with that comma to the top and the what's.
Okay.
Autocorrect sucks.
Yep.
That's all there is to it. It sucks.
That's why that's why it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Anthony says
Google ought to be a little smarter than they are. They should have found that. Gmail could have found that channel without the apostrophe and said, okay, here it is, but Google ain't that smart, I guess. Nope. You can teach Google, but and after a while it catches on.
Yeah, it's like I do a lot of shopping at Walmart online because it's whenever he was at work, it was a lot easier for me to do a $100 order and then go get it and be back home in 20-30 minutes so I could make sure nothing happened to his mom.
Yep.
That 30 minutes, hour and a half, I'm pretty much good on her not getting hurt or hurting herself. So, I'd come in, drop it in the kitchen, go get everything, no big deal. Well, when my daughter was here for a couple of days, we went to Walmart and got some about $30-$40 stuff for the house.
Mhm.
And then I had my crafting group that day, so I went and got cookies. Okay. I go into my Walmart app 2 days later. When I went inside the store and picked these up, why are they on my app when I didn't order them through my app?
Yeah.
Yeah, that freaked me out because like you said, you can teach Google stuff.
Mhm.
Apparently, Walmart goes through too. The only way I can figure it is it matched my credit card number to one of the credit cards I have hooked into the app.
Yep.
And it should not have done that.
Hell, Anthony, I don't unload the trailers. The shippers and receivers do that for me.
Yep. He backed up.
There was only a few times I've had to unload a trailer, and that was a load of tires.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I've unloaded
About 30,000 pounds of tires I've had to unload before.
Now I know that, like I say, I used to work at Kohl's at their DC, and I was one of the guys that loaded the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they wanted us loading it from wall to wall and floor to ceiling.
Dang.
Dollar General.
All the way from front to back.
Yeah, if y'all guys have seen Dollar General go in on the days that they're unloading truck onto actually shelving it, you see these gigantic metal cages. It's a 3-sided cage, and the front side is nothing but a net on a pole.
All right.
Okay, when the first load that they drop off is at the very back.
Yep.
Okay, so when they load the first, you've got about 8 or 10 cages, depending on the size of the store. The most I have ever seen off at a store at one time was not this past holiday, but the one before. Right after Halloween, they dropped 30 of those cages off.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, those things, they are done this way instead of this way, which makes no sense to me because they'd get more on there.
Right. And we're getting offset.
Yeah. And those cages are 8 foot tall. They sit at the top of the trailer stacked completely. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at that like, Because one day we were first dropped, and I looked at him. I was like, "Yeah, I'm just going to stand here. You have fun, man." He's like, "You're not helping." I said, "Not a damn bit, because I don't get paid enough to get squished."
Someone has to go blowing his damn horn.
Yeah.
Even though he's not in Chicago right now, he still has to go and blow his horn.
Yeah, and Scout's ears are perked up. She's like, I hear that. I hear that.
Yeah. Oh, I hear it probably a lot better. Well, she's got better hearing than me, but I can still hear it probably better than her right now.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, of course, Cajun, he came in, and now I guess he's having to go lean off the dock again.
Huh. I'm debating on if I'm going to go get my melted candy bar.
I don't know. I've already had half of the one that you gave me, and I've got it stashed inside the house right now.
Yeah, I know. It's in the fridge. No, I have 3 of the Lindor mints. Lindor.
I know.
I got a Star Crunch.
I saw those
had one of those in years. I like the oatmeal pies.
Yeah.
They
And
might be doing away with the oatmeal pies.
Why?
that's fine. I can make my own. It's called soft oatmeal cookies, and
Yep.
Oatmeal
add
raisin cookies are my favorite.
whipped cream to icing.
Yep. Now, do they still make Twinkies?
Yes.
Yes, they still make Twinkies.
All right, because I know for a long time that they were talking like
Be right back.
they're gonna stop making them. Because I know for a while they did.
Yeah,
because
they sold the company, and I know the Devil Dogs and Suzy Q's when they came when the company came back. Yick!
That bad?
Oh man,
Twinkies got sold off to Hostess or something like that.
It's not Hostess anymore. It's something else.
I don't know. I still see Hostess in the truck stops.
We don't have Devil Dogs down here. We got these.
Yep.
Devil
It's same thing. Yep.
Yeah. No, I mean these been out for years and years and years. But they didn't change. That's Little Debbie right there. They've always had those.
Well, Little Debbie's gonna have one style, and then Hostess is gonna have something very similar.
Same recipe, more or less.
Right. Basically, it's the same thing, but they're gonna call it something different.
Yeah.
And
Y'all the Devil Dogs. I know about Devil Dogs. These are just a different name, and I mean they are good. They are awesome.
Right. Right. But then Walmart, they're gonna have their own version of it. They're gonna call it something else.
Yeah.
Dollar Tree has their version.
Right.
But I remember when they quit making the Twinkies, boy, and everybody freaked out over that.
Oh yeah. Yep. But what it was is they went out of business for a little bit. They got bought out and brought back. They bought the name.
Right. But it's just the fact that the company didn't think that it was going to be still a viable product to produce and everything. Well, the public showed them, hey, when you got a demand for it and everything, it's like they're going, okay, we made a mistake.
Just like we cooked.
And they just kept adding to it. I mean, they got the chocolate covered Twinkies. They got the chocolate covered filling Twinkies. They're just adding to it.
Strawberry filling, strawberry cake, the Valentine's ones.
Yep.
And Christmas ones are St. Patrick's Day are green with mint.
Now, about the only there is one I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the company, but the biggest mistake that they made was deciding to get rid of the miniature Valentine's hearts. I don't remember the company that made them, but they decided we're not going to make them anymore, and that was earlier this year. So basically, during Valentine's Day, you didn't see any of the little boxes of miniature Valentine's hearts with all the little do what?
I think it's Brock's candy.
I don't remember. You're gonna make me Google it.
There's one fruit pie filling thing that's very known in the state of Louisiana. Back many years ago, the plant burnt down, and they're still. I don't know if they've got the grants to build it again, or if it's done, or what's going on with it. But I'll wait to say it until Cajun's back, because I know he's going to know what I'm talking about.
Sarah. Hello.
Hey, Sarah.
After your game, then come on in. Thank you.
Sweethearts. That's the company. Yeah, that's the one.
The little conversation candy hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah. They sent what you had out this year were the ones that were packaged during their last run of last year. That was it. So basically, they were selling you year-old candy.
Yep.
But considering those things literally will survive a nuclear apocalypse, doesn't matter.
Just like Twinkies. I mean, what, they got a 7-year shelf life?
Something like that. No, I think it's only like 3.
I thought it was longer than that. I thought it was like 10. Someone keeps saying they have an infinitive shelf life. I don't know. I guess because of all the preservatives they put in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like MREs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much it's the sugar kick MREs.
Yeah. Okay. It was Sweethearts. It takes months to produce the Sweethearts, and it was with only 5 months left until Valentine's Day, after Spangler Candy Company bought the brand. So got a different company that owns it now. So they basically didn't have time to ramp up production to get them all made in time for Valentine's Day. Because it says it takes at least 5 months to get them made before Valentine's Day. So basically, you're looking at what, September, October to start making them and get them out.
August.
Well, you got to do at least 5 months.
August gives you 6.
Yeah.
I tell you what, y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but I tried an MRE in my future soldier training before I went to basic. Vegetarian style chicken cheese tortellini.
Okay.
And I scarfed it down. It was good.
Some of them, the ones that they make and everything, yeah, they are going to be good. Because, I mean, they got the testing and everything for an MRE. They go through so much testing to figure out how they can freeze dry the stuff and everything. That way it can last. And as far as what the procedure is to have it come back, after adding water to it, where it is then edible and does have a good taste to it. So you're gonna have
your water before you use the heat pack. My daughter learned that the hard way.
What's that?
You add the water and then before you start heating it.
Well, some of them you're supposed to try. I think you're supposed to add hot water to it. Then it has the chemical reaction for the heat.
To the heat pack? Yeah.
You just add water to it, and it's got a chemical reaction. Don't matter the water temperature or not. It's got something inside of it. It's going to heat the water on its own.
Right.
And it's going to heat your meal up on its own.
Right. Well, believe it or not, the main ingredient is going to be rust. That's the main ingredient that's going to be part of that heat pack. Is basically, it's nothing more than iron rust. And that the chemical reaction with that and everything else, that is actually what starts heating everything up.
One thing you don't
said this was 2 years ago. So
what'd you say? What were you saying, Raging?
I said one thing you don't want to do with the MRE after you get done with the heating element is refold the packaging up, because you're going to get a nice surprise in a few minutes.
That's true. That is very true.
Gonna blow all kind of stuff on you.
You're gonna have it's not just gonna be blowing everything. It's gonna be creating a nice little fireball.
Ask me how I know.
I already know how you know.
A bunch of us did it to the the
You were
Lord.
told not to do it, so you did it.
Lord, yeah, we did it to a but when I left the military, I was ranked staff sergeant, so platoon leader basically. Um, my CEO told us, "Hey, look, play a prank on them since they wanna fool around so much. Play a prank on them after y'all eat. Do what you're not supposed to do with the MRE bags." They're like, "Okay, no problem." So about 15 of us did this. We stuck it in the trash can right next to the soldier. All you heard was boom, and every one of them pissed their pants.
I wonder how many of them did any of them play duck and cover?
Yeah, basically, they put their arm over their head. That's about all they can do.
Mm.
And then I smoked them for an hour and a half.
All right. This is the heater pad mesh contains magnesium alloys that, when activated either with water or saline, starts a chemical exothermic reaction.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it'd be good to have Jamie in here because she would know all that.
Well, magnesium, once you get that lit, a piece of metal, magnesium metal,
Oh,
once
boy.
you get that lit, that's it. You're not dousing it out. You
Nope.
put it on a 2-inch steel plate, and it's going to burn all the way through that 2-inch steel plate.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Until it burns itself out of fuel, and God bless you if you have anything around it.
And it produces its own oxygen, too.
Yeah.
That's why I know that the railroad, when they have to cut out a section of track and everything, they bring in the other section, and they actually use magnesium to weld it all together with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because of how thick that shit is.
Because how thick it is.
They usually have plates holding the tracks together, the rails together. Plates.
Now I'm saying that they will use magnesium. I've seen the video. They will actually put a wall all the way around it, and they will have the magnesium and powder and everything in there, and they will light it, and it will melt all that together, and they grind it all down smooth.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I tell you something else that's hard to put out when you're lighting. It's a road flare.
Yeah.
That's because it's got magnesium in it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to bury it in a foot of snow.
Nope.
I tried to drown it. I tried to put a fire extinguisher on it. It wouldn't go out.
Nope.
About the only way you can put it out is dirt. That will help. It won't actually do anything, because what you're doing then is you're cutting off its oxygen supply, and it's cutting back how much it can use on its own.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, like,
because it's part oxygen and it melts it.
Right. But the thing about it is, the magnesium actually. Reason it burns so hot and everything is because it produces its own oxygen.
I know, but the dirt, when you smother it, it cuts back on how much it can produce, because there's not enough oxygen in the dirt for it to access to burn after the actual flare itself is gone.
Yeah, but like I said, the magnesium itself produces its own oxygen. That's why it'll burn in water and stuff like that.
Honey. Yeah, in water, in anything that has O2 in its chemical.
And water has oxygen in it.
Yep. It will start. It'll keep burning. You can light a road flare, put it in a 5-gallon bucket of water, and until the water boils out and the flare itself is gone, it's going to sit there and burn.
Yep. Okay, so we already know how an MRE is warmed up.
Yep.
My MREs, I heat them in the microwave.
I actually have
put it in the microwave. I just open the MRE pack, squeeze it out in the plate, put it in the microwave. It's done.
I've never had one, so.
All right, good. I love them.
You can get them off Amazon.
Yeah, well, I know I go over here to Walmart. They got them in the camping section.
Yeah, they call American red, white, and blue, American something. They were giving out those too when they was running out of MREs for the hurricanes over here. They
Right.
were giving away the red, white, and blue boxes.
There's actually a company that you can contact, and you can get 5 years worth of MREs for, I think it's like 4 people, and you pay.
Yeah.
I think you pay like $150, $200. But this is like, well, this is like this is before. This is about 5 years ago. So I don't know what it is now. I don't even know.
That 5 years ago.
Huh?
Because well, still more than that 5 years ago. A couple of hundred. It's if you got enough for 5 years, you look at that. Man, I don't know, thousands of dollars for that.
Yeah, that stuff ain't cheap. Especially the ones that the military issues. Those things are not cheap.
Mm-mm.
No.
When we have a hurricane here or whatever, National Guard's out passing out MREs in the water.
Yep.
And they'll say, how many people in your family? And you tell them 3 or 4 or whatever. They'll do, okay, boom. They hooked us up with 8 cases of MREs. For 3 people, 8 cases.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, okay. I was just looking on Walmart, and they got a nutrient survival 14-day emergency food supply with a free 5-gallon bucket. $247.48. For 14 days. Now, it doesn't say on here how many people feed for 2 weeks. I'm going, it's got to be more than just one person. But, I mean, like,
a 5-gallon bucket for 2 weeks? That's one person, I would think. Maybe 2. Maybe 2.
Know. But
1 or 2.
Yeah, what I'm saying, for about $250, that's quite a bit.
They got these, you can see them all the time on YouTube, the ads. This one guy, hey guys, you know, I'm a dad, I know, and all this. He's like, well, why do you say that? I'm a dad, you know. I ain't giving him no brownie points. But anyway, he does commercials for Patriot, whatever, American Patriot, and they do these inverter generators. They sell those and the MREs.
Like, you know, here they got it's Mountain House. It's the one in the blue and silver bags. But you can get a Mountain House breakfast skillet and everything, like $10. And it's for 2 people. So I'm going, you know, basically $10 for 2 people for a breakfast. That's not bad.
No, that's. Oh, this is internet's acting funny, so that's how come I've got the camera down.
Right. It's going hash brown, scrambled eggs mixed with pork sausage, peppers, and onions. I'm going, that's not bad.
No.
I mean, enough for 2 people?
That doesn't
Any
sound
white
bad.
gravy in there?
No, it didn't have white gravy.
Dang.
Well, you can probably get a gravy in a different bag. Does it just add hot water?
Hot water.
There's a company I can't wait for to come back out with their product.
Who's that?
Big's Pies.
Who?
Nathan knows what I'm talking about.
Who?
Big's Pies.
I'm not familiar with those, I don't think.
It's a Louisiana staple.
Yeah, but you know how many pie companies they got down here?
This is the one that burned down in a couple years ago in New Orleans. Their factory burned down.
Oh, okay. Because they got Miss Wheater's pies, like crawfish pies, crab pies, shrimp pies.
This is fruit pie.
Miss Wheater's pies, but that's in Abbeville.
Yeah, but he's saying it's a fruit pie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they got a lot of fruit pies made in Louisiana. They got racks and racks and racks of them at the stores.
Yeah,
It's hard to choose. It's hard to choose one.
the one I love is Pioneer pies. They're really good, but they're better if you heat them.
Now my
Those
question is,
brown
okay,
box.
yeah. Well, here's my question. Okay, we're on a cooking channel talking about food and everything. My question is, Cajun, what are you eating?
Leftovers, red beans and rice, and that baked stuffed chicken.
Ah. Now I did tell Crystal.
I'll come over for the rice.
I was gonna say, I know you didn't hear me say it, but I did tell Crystal about what you had mentioned earlier about stuffed okra.
Yeah.
She goes, "Oh, we can do that." And I said, "Yeah, here's some things we can do." So let's see about getting a video recorded tomorrow. And Raging's the one that mentioned it. Have it set as a premiere.
Yeah.
Have it come out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was like, I didn't know you could stuff okra. I was gonna say stuffed okra, then I said, I caught myself smothered okra. And then Raging said, I never heard of stuffed okra.
Hey, we're gonna try it.
But
Possibly.
you gotta get a pod, though, an okra pod. I don't know where you're gonna find them at. You gotta get a young one though, like fresh picked off the plant, a young one, a short one like for pickling.
Right.
That would be the perfect size one. If you get a big one from the store, big pot of okra from the store, that thing's probably all full of fiber and turning to wood.
Well, like I said, we're gonna go tomorrow. We'll go to Walmart tomorrow, and
maybe, because I'm not sure yet.
But the thing about it is, I mentioned some things to her, and she goes, "Yeah, that worked." And of course, I don't want to say what the idea was, as far as how to get it done.
Yeah.
But we're going to try a few different things to stuff it with, and and we've even got the Star Crunch. Yep.
Yeah, little Debbie.
Yep.
But we're even going to see about taking those leftover the yellow, red, and orange mini bell peppers. See about getting them stuffed also and getting them baked.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
But you get the way I was thinking, get that small okra pod, stuff that, and then deep fry it or bake it. But y'all bake a lot.
Yeah, I prefer baked over deep fried.
We deep fry a lot here.
Right.
Well, the reason I bake is because my dad literally, him and my stepmother, after they married, deep fried 3 or 4 nights a week. And it's okay, fine. But when I moved out on my own.
You got burned out on it.
No, I didn't have a place to cook with that much grease.
Oh.
I was in a hotel room basically. And
you know what? We got that air fryer.
Yeah, but I didn't have a place I could hook up the deep fryer and keep the oil clear, because I had a couple of guys in that building that were just ooh. So, I couldn't cook like I grew up, so I literally never had grease. I didn't have any oil. I didn't have any grease for about 3 years. Then I got my kids, and I'm not used to it anymore. So they grew up with taking a 32-ounce bottle of veggie oil from the store. That would last me 6 to 9 months.
Baby oil.
No, veggie oil.
Oh, veggie oil. Okay.
Yeah, the regular cooking oil that you buy, the 32-ounce deal, lasts me 6 to 9 months. And
it wouldn't last a week here. Or 132. It depends on what I'm frying. That would be enough for to fry something, and then save my grease, put it in the oven.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not even that.
And that's the thing, even with me, cooking and everything, I really have not cooked, a lot as far as actually frying it. Now, when I do fry something, like breakfast stuff like that, I'll get that spray and everything and put that in the pan.
Yeah.
And it's like I'll cook like the sausage patties, get them cooked, and which those we get they're basically pre-cooked and frozen from Walmart and
Yeah.
pre-shaped and everything. So it makes it a lot easier. Just like I said, put some of that spray and everything in the pan, get them cooked. Now there is going to be some oil coming out, but I'll leave that in the pan so I'm not getting a lot of pork grease and everything. But it's still enough in the pan to add for that. Put the hash browns, and these are actually the country style hash browns. Got the onion and bell pepper already in it.
Potato O'Brien, basically.
Potatoes O'Brien, yeah. Cook that, get all that done, put that on the plate, and then I'll put my eggs and everything in there. And now beforehand, hell, I'd have almost quarter of an inch of grease or whatever, oil and everything in there, fry everything. But no, that's been about 35 years now. Like, no, I've gotten away from all that. But now, if I was cooking, like the other night when I made dinner, I browned the ground beef and everything. I drained it before adding anything else into it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people usually do.
Didn't put any oil or anything in the pan beforehand.
Nope.
The ground beef is the beef that produces its own oil.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Now,
it depends on what percentage of fat you get.
Right. Well,
and the cheapest out there is 80-20. It's 80% lean, 20% fat.
Right. But now, like your regular ground beef, yeah, or anything beef, yeah. But then pork, when it comes to like sausage or bacon, yeah, that's going to have the most fat and everything. But as far as like regular pork chops, no, that's going to have the least amount of fat in it at all. But now, what I like doing on pork chops is actually get them lay down on some aluminum foil, stick that in the oven with the seasonings and everything, get it all wrapped up, stick it in there for about 25-30 minutes and let it cook that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes out a lot of oil or whatever, and the seasoning gets a chance to stay in there and comes out real good.
Have you ever baked your bacon to cook it?
Yep.
Yes.
Talk about good like that.
It comes out better than frying it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, have you ever been over to Cotton Patch when they have their chicken fried bacon?
We don't have those.
Every now and then, Cotton Patch will have they actually have as an appetizer, chicken fried bacon.
Oh, just bacon thrown into hot grease?
No, chicken fried.
Oh, you mean battered?
Yeah, they actually
thrown in hot grease.
Right,
thrown in hot grease.
Right, they actually have it rolled.
Missy's done that already.
Missy's
done that already. Yep.
Yep, it comes out good. I mean, of course, they use thick cut bacon for that. It's not the regular thin.
That's what we had.
Right, I think they use like 1/4 inch thick is what they start off with, and then they
just making cracklings. If you cut them in little pieces and cook them down good enough, you got cracklings.
Yeah, well, like I said, they start with like 1/4 inch, and then they will get them in the flour, just how you're doing like a chicken fried steak, and then they'll deep fry them.
Oh, I love chicken fried steak, man. Don't get me started on that now.
They do have it's called chicken fried bacon.
Yeah.
It's good. I've had it, and it's like, and they actually put like a maple glaze on it too.
Ooh. Oh, Man, wow, I never thought of that.
Yeah. Oh, that is good.
Oh yeah,
Right.
just get thinned out maple syrup, and when you as you pull it up, you knock it twice to drain the grease off, and you drizzle that over it. Ooh.
Yep.
Man.
Okay, you're making me hungry, and we just got through eating like an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
Sweetie,
I'm already
hey,
hungry, and I just ate.
I know.
I'm thinking of that chicken fried steak with a pint of white gravy over it, or more than a pint and a half. We used to go to, when I had my radio shop, I used to go to Silsbee, Texas all the time. It's where my cousin was from, and he was staying with me for a while, but we'd make trips back and forth, and go see his ex and stuff, and his kids, and yeah, Pee Wee, he was still a minor, But anyhow, we'd go over there and we'd go out to the beer joints, and then we'd go to Evelyn's Cafe for breakfast. At about 1, 2 in the morning, whatever, or 3 in the morning, we'd go to Evelyn's Cafe. It was open 24 hours. Little hole in the wall, Evelyn's Cafe, and she made her own white gravy. She'd make a big pot of it.
Yep.
To go, we get the Western omelet or a chicken fried steak with white gravy on. Oh man, oh boy.
Yep.
It's hard to find those hole in the wall places anymore. I mean, they're almost non-existent.
Yep.
But they need to come back because they always had damn good food.
There's one in Chickasha. If you go in, if you're going from Oklahoma City to Chickasha, you take exit 83, and that's the main road. You can take that exit, and we'll take you to Anadarko, Verdon, a bunch of smaller towns on the way on the other side of town, out. So one way you go to Purcell, you go another way you go to Anadarko. You want to head toward.
I got a girlfriend I used to date years and years ago. Her mom was the manager of the Anadarko Oil Company in Intercoastal City.
Well, you want to head to Anadarko, and the last strip mall on the right-hand side, if it's still there, it's called Jenny's Cafe. And it's a little hole in the wall like y'all guys are talking. Okay, I'm definitely tired now.
I bet you that town of Anadarko got named after that oil company.
I don't know, actually. It might have, it might not.
Well, they got a lot of oil field in Oklahoma.
Oh, you know what the Anadarko oil basin is, right?
Anadarko what?
Anadarko oil basin.
Oh, yeah, okay. You see, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
the Anadarko is an oil company that drills and refines and, all that stuff.
Okay, sweetie, the oil basin covers 3/4 of the state.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is underneath 3/4 of Oklahoma, Texas, or the surrounding states towards Texas and towards the Gulf of Mexico. It stops at the Mississippi River. But when you're drilling those offshore oil rigs y'all guys have out in Louisiana, they were tapping the basin.
What? 50 miles out in the Gulf?
Yeah. That Anadarko oil basin covers a lot. Dad drilled
found a new one south of Cameron, Louisiana. The ship channel out of there was an ancient riverbed there at one time.
Mm-hmm.
It was dry. Anyway, there's a lot of oil that's a new. They found a new oil sand down there, and man, they started drilling that, and I mean every well they drilled was coming up with record-breaking amounts of oil coming out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, sweetie, now what'd you say the name of that place was in Chickasha?
Like what? Jenny, Jenny.
Well, I looked it up, and the only thing I can find is a Jimmy's Egg.
No.
Okay, so it was on, what was the road it was on? Oh, Jeannie's.
Jeannie. I'm sorry.
Jeannie's place.
Yeah, I've only been there one time.
Yep. Well, it's closed right now, but they are open at 6 o'clock in the morning.
There you go, Cajun.
No, I'll be well east of there.
Yeah, I'm not driving 230 miles to go to breakfast.
Why not make a nice little road trip on the bike? It's only 233 miles one way, almost 4 hours.
Excuse me.
Sweetheart.
Hey, but it's 3 hours 41 minutes if we take 35 up with no toll road.
Later.
I know. Hey, I know I'm number one.
Yeah, with a bullet right now.
Oh,
And I know Sarah's sitting there laughing her little tail off at this.
Probably that and her better half too.
Actually, I think her better half is at work from what she said.
But yep, she is. All right, so he has at work.
I know my girls.
He's missing all the fun then. But I mean, I do know that there was a place over in Garland years ago. I don't remember exactly where it was, but it was one of those 24/7 places over in Garland. They had some good food. Someone that I was dating at the time, she actually told me about it, and we went there and ate. It was like, yeah, it was some good food. I think I've been there like twice, and that was it. Now, don't get me a line exactly where it was at. I don't remember.
I don't really care.
Yeah, I know.
That was your ex, not mine.
I know. But yeah, like Raging Sam, that's some of the best places to go find some of those little hole in the wall places, because usually they do have some of the best food around.
Yeah, I told her brother half was at work.
I mean, it's like when I was living up in the Dallas area, some of the best Mexican food I ever got was at some little off the beaten path little Mexican hole in the wall restaurants. Yeah. I mean, you look at them, and I mean, they've got parking spot for maybe 20 cars, and that's it.
Oh, I love the ones that only have parking for 10, and when you pull up, you've got to park a block and a half away just to get it.
Yeah,
because they're that good.
Well, some of them you guys got to know when to go because they don't have a rush and everything. I mean, now I'll admit that when I went on that cruise in back 17 out to went out to Bahamas, and we made that stop there in Florida, Key West. I wound up renting a little 2-seat scooter just to go around town and everything. Come up to, it was like the person I was dating that was with me and everything. So I was one little place. I said, you want to go there? She goes, what about this little Mexican restaurant right back over here? I looked over there. I did a U-turn right there on the road and pulled in. There was like no customers whatsoever in there. Mm-hmm. Took a little while to get seated because nobody was expecting, customers come in. The food was good. It was one of those little hole-in-the-wall restaurants, Mexican restaurants right there in Key West, Florida.
You gonna live, boo?
Yeah, I'm all right.
A lot of truck drivers these days, they missed out on the older days because a lot of truck stuff out there, you could bring your truck in, park it in the middle of the fuel lane. Somebody would fuel it for you and park it. You go in and grab you a shower or a bite to eat, and it was actually good food. I mean, nowadays you got these truck stops that's got all this damn fast food in there.
Yep.
I don't know the concept of something like that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that there was it wasn't a TA, but there was a truck stop. Truck stop is still there, up there on I-20, and it's up there on just west of 45. And Raging, you probably know the area I'm talking about. It's I can't remember. You've got a TA, I think, on one side, and you've got this other truck stop on the other. But they actually had a sit-down restaurant inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And they had
probably a Union. It's probably a Union 76 truck stop at a time.
No.
I know what truck stop you're talking about because it's a big fishing community, and they sell fishing equipment in that same damn truck stop.
Do they?
Yeah.
There's a pilot in Oklahoma City that does that.
And they have an actual sit-down restaurant inside this truck stop. Mm-hmm. It's really good food. I mean, it's hard to find anything like that these days because
Lafayette had one. I don't know if Lafayette's their Union. I don't know what it. I think it's a TA now.
It's a Flying J.
A Flying. I was gonna say Flying J because they got one in Weatherford.
Yeah, it's
on the other side of Fort Worth. There's a little town called Weatherford, and it's at the Weatherford exit off of I-20. You get off of that exit, and there's a Flying J there, and you go north to Weatherford.
Mm-hmm. The Flying J down in Houston burned down last week.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, this was on Bonnie View, is what they're saying.
All right, Raging, what did they do to piss you off that you had to burn them down?
No, this Flying J was so down in the dumps. I mean, it was just a matter of time before it did it. But you got a lot of Flying J and pilots that are burning down at record speed. Wow. They're not upgrading them. They're not doing what they need to do to keep them.
They're buying out smaller truck stops that's not really up to code.
Yep, and it's cheaper to let them go. And now I'm not going to say that it's accidental, possibly on purpose, but that's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Now, Rage has probably been to this next place before it got took over. But there was a truck stop on 35, just a little bit north of Hillsboro. And it was on I-35E.
Mm-hmm.
And it had a whole bunch of dancing frogs up on top. You know which one I'm talking about, Raging?
No.
Probably not.
Carl's Corner.
Did they do barbecue?
I know they had a restaurant and everything, but of course now Carl wound up selling it, and him and Willie actually went in as partners on it, and then someone else, I think Exxon wound up coming in and buying it, and they totally
Willie
Nelson.
Oh,
yeah. But because what Willie wanted to do, he wanted to start having a way of having the biodiesel being sold there.
Mm.
But I mean, they had restaurant, they had a strip club in there, and I remember the interview. They asked him, says, "Well, if you're looking for the mayor, you're looking at him." And it's like I'm also, I'm the mayor, the sheriff, the judge.
Judge and jury.
He was county commissioner. I mean, it was all, he was everything right there. But
didn't they have a show about that? A movie about that?
no, it wasn't a show, but there was a TV. There was a show and there was some kind of like a news thing, but they did a segment on him.
Okay, I think I remember that.
Yep. But they went up interviewing him and everything, and I wound up going in there a few years later, and of course now the place caught on fire, so yeah, it's been all changed.
Crystal, you got me curious about that basin, that Anadarko Basin, and I looked it up. I looked at the maps. It's 80 or 50,000 square miles. It's in Oklahoma. It goes up into Colorado, Kansas, and parts of the Panhandle. It doesn't come close to the South like that.
Oh, I thought it. See, the way my dad talked is it went towards the Gulf, not the other way. So.
No, it's a lot up north of you too, and I mean Oklahoma, but no, it doesn't. No, it's not even far across.
It doesn't go south.
Gulf or Louisiana, as a matter of fact.
Right.
They got all different shales and basins and stuff. That basin's huge, though, man. 80,000 square miles.
Yep.
That's a lot.
There are more capped wells on the basin than there are active wells in the U.S.
And all they need to do is turn the valves and let them float. That's all they need to do. And we'll be fuel, energy, gas, oil, all dependent on ourselves.
Yep. All right.
If we were to uncap those,
like I said, we're still getting off the subject. That kind of stuff is talked about tomorrow night, not tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well.
This is a cooking channel.
You know better than that, honey.
But
you know better than that.
I know. Right. Now, like I said, I never went there when he had all that inside the building, because all that was before the fire that burnt the place down. So he rebuilt everything afterwards. But, that's the one thing, I agree that a lot of your truck stops used to have restaurants inside.
Yeah.
Good girls.
The one in Lafayette did over here.
Yep.
It had right off I-10. You got those Union 76, and they had a restaurant called the Iron Skillet. Iron Skillet. Huh?
That's in the Petros now.
Iron Skillet's in the Petro? It's a restaurant, or is it?
It's a restaurant inside the Petros.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't know who bought out that Union 76 truck stop.
Right. Now,
right there, the biggest truck stop in Lafayette.
Now, I do know that down in Waco, there's a Flying J down there. They actually have a Denny's inside of it.
A lot of Flying J's do have Denny's.
Do they?
Yep.
Oh, Denny's. Oh, yeah. Breakfast and stuff. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, Denny's is not bad. I mean, it's not fast food. Right. It's not your, hole-in-the-wall style, but, I mean, Denny's does have good food.
Yeah, it's a sit-down restaurant.
Yep. And the reason I know about that one is that Flying J happens to be right next to Waco Harley. So, yeah, I know. Right? It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I visited that Flying J many a times when I was a company driver for CFI, because we always picked up at Petco or Tractor Supply right there.
Yep. And
there's a warehouse there.
Yeah. Well, I know for me that when I made trips, say when I would go down to Austin for.
Hey, sweetheart.
What?
You need to come get the Blondie.
Blondie?
She won't go out with me anymore. She does not. If I ask her if she wants to go out, no. But if you ask her, she'll go. Yeah.
He's on his way.
That's that thing. Scout.
On the border of Louisiana. On the border of Louisiana and Texas, between Shreveport after Shreveport, going west in Texas, there's a rest area as you're crossing the state line that has a little.
Oh, hang on, I'm gonna.
Sorry.
That has a little restaurant on it.
Oh,
They
really?
serve, they serve Cajun cuisine.
Cajun cuisine.
Crawfish.
North Louisiana cuisine, you mean?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
still Cajun. I've actually stopped there and ate, and it's pretty damn good.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to get a recipe so I can
Shrimp, they sell everything.
do some dirty rice and jambalaya in it today because I used to have it, but I haven't done it in a minute.
Oh, I heard pastalaya earlier in the stream.
Pastalaya?
Pastalaya. It's like a jambalaya, but instead of rice, you make your whatever your jambalaya is going to be made out of, but instead of putting rice in the liquid and all that, and then letting the rice absorb the liquid, you put pasta in. And when I had my get-togethers, my Bayou Gardener get-together, we had for the gardeners, I had people coming from all over the United States to those things. And one guy from France, but he lived in Australia, he came to it, and we had a pastalaya that we cooked. A buddy of mine from Lafayette cooked it. Man, that was awesome. Cool. He had a 10, I think it was a 10-gallon jambalaya pot. You know, the round bottom pot?
Yeah.
I think it was a 10-gallon pot, 10 or 15 gallons, something like that. Yeah. And that thing was just about full.
Oh, I don't know if you've ever seen them, but at some of the grocery stores that I've gone into, they had a lot of Mexican food. So they had tamale pots. Now, these things, they're only about 1.5 to 2 foot tall, but they're like 5 foot around. I actually saw someone make, so good girls. Yep. Yes, you are. Yep. Sorry, puppy. She's back and she's happy. Yep. But I saw somebody make jambalaya in one of those. They had that much room at the top.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And I looked at that and I was like, ooh, they handed me a bowl and dude, I melted. Completely
jambalaya is awesome if it's cooked right.
If it's done right. I've made decent. I haven't made it to that level, but I've made good. And Randy, when you're making garlic bread, go ahead and leave it at 400 and just cook it a little bit longer.
Speaking of Waco.
Bye. Yes.
Okay, what about we ain't coming out?
He just bypassed it.
Oh.
I'm coming into it right now.
Huh?
I'm coming into it right now.
I'm waving bye-bye.
Now, I tell you what's real funny is that Crystal and I, we actually gone down to Waco one time, and we've gone over to that motorcycle place that I've been getting a lot of my stuff from, and we've been talking, the guy in parts and everything, we were talking, and he was, saying how Gander Mountain has got a lot of different ammo, and they got it in stock, and how cheap and everything is. So we went, find out there was a Gander Mountain over in Waco, and where we were like, what, 14 miles away from Waco?
Something like that.
So I went going over to the Gander Mountain, and it's like, well, I'm getting some, and then she went going to, what was that fabric store? Joann's?
We didn't go to Gander Mountain.
Yeah.
We went to Cabela's.
Okay, Cabela's. Yeah, you're right.
And Joann's was like 4 doors down.
Right. But the thing about it is, the reason I'm getting there is both of us were hungry. So we wound up trying to figure out what we wanted to eat. Well, we saw a little Mexican restaurant and everything, which we both agreed. The food's good, but way overpriced. Way. Yeah.
It started with a D. It was Don something. I can't remember what the other one is.
But the thing about it is, there was a building right next door, totally empty. Come to find out, that was the Twin Peaks in Waco.
Where
They had
the
that
shootout was.
shootout was several years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Several, yeah, many moons ago.
We're talking what, 7 years ago? Almost 8 years ago now.
What?
And
Oh, that's another thing. I thought you were talking about the old Waco, like we ain't coming out.
no, I'm talking
Back
about
in
when
the
they had
70s.
like I said, it was an old Twin Peaks
Okay.
where that biker shootout and everything was.
What's Twin Peaks? A restaurant, a bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a restaurant.
2015. So yeah.
Oh, I never heard about that.
Yeah.
You don't remember about almost 250 bikers getting arrested at one time?
No.
Yeah.
Here's a short blurb. May 17th, 2015, Waco, Texas. A shootout erupted at a Twin Peaks restaurant where more than 200 people, including members from motorcycle clubs that include the Banditos, Cossacks, and allies, in other words, the people that support them, had gathered for a meeting about political rights for motorcyclists.
Yep.
I might have heard something since you said that.
Yeah,
and
there were 9 dead and 18 wounded.
Yep, and the thing about it is that they wound up starting the trial, and it took over 2 years, and they started off with basically the head guy, and the defense totally shredded the prosecutor over the hot coals and dropped him into it, and they said, okay, fine. They basically let everybody out. And the thing about it is, at that Twin Peaks, there was a couple that had just been out riding, had nothing to do with it, okay? But they were out riding around on their motorcycle, happened to be there. They wound up getting arrested and charged also. They wound up proving they had nothing to do with it. The guy wound up losing his job because spending that much time in jail. It cost the city of Waco dollars just for those 2 people alone at that Twin Peaks.
Wow. Well, that's good. They got compensation.
Yeah, but nobody was ever charged. Okay?
And none of that.
And the thing about it is, I have been to those particular meetings before, and it's about bikers' rights and as far as what we come across. But I'm just saying, it happened to be right there. That Twin Peaks was right there, and next to that restaurant that she and I wound up going to in Waco. And it was right there by Cabela's, which Region's probably already gone past.
Probably.
I mean, have you already gone past that Flying J?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you've already gone past it because we had to go. That restaurant was like about 4 miles south was Flying J.
Yep.
But I mean, like I said, that Mexican restaurant food was real good.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, like when we can go to our normal Mexican restaurant here in town, and we're talking go in there, it's what about 20, about
32 bucks.
Well, no, what I was going to say.
Well, at the most.
Okay, I know, but let me finish. For getting fajitas for 2, usually runs what, about $22?
Something like that.
Okay. At this place here, fajitas for 1 was, I think, about $25. Yeah, like I said, that's why we agreed the food was good, but way overpriced. It's like, no, we're not going to be going back there.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I don't mind going to, nice little restaurant, paying for good food and everything. I mean, I've been to, I took Crystal to the steakhouse for Valentine's Day, and I spent about $85 there for the 2 of us. But that was for as a steakhouse. You're going to expect to pay big money at a steakhouse, especially when they got your tomahawk steak running what was it, $105?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. My number one place to get steak is the Texan up in Amarillo.
The what?
The
Big
Texan. The big Texan.
Yep. The one's got
up in
the 72.
Amarillo.
Now, have you ever tried that 72-ounce challenge?
No, I can't finish that.
Me neither.
My stomach's not that big.
Now, before he got sick, he might have.
Yeah, it's a possibility because I do know that the ministry, they wound up going up to Amarillo, and they were going, damn, we wish Mater was here. He could probably go at this thing and finish it. Yeah, I probably could have gotten it all done within an hour.
I got a buddy of mine that can eat it though.
But now I will put like this. The one thing, one of the guys that was in the group, the mistake he made was having it well done.
Oh,
You do not
man.
want that steak well done because it is too tough at that point. You want it like a medium well.
Yeah, but there was a girl that went in there and finished 2 or 3 of those meals at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually, there was one, I've actually seen it. This girl weighed probably 110 pounds, soaking wet, finished the whole damn thing in like 22 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, how in the world are y'all doing that?
Now, Raging, I tell you, what really gets me is Crystal's seen the video. There's this guy from over in England, okay? This guy goes up to places, and he's even been here in the States, and even here in Texas. He will find
Beer.
Yeah. And, I mean, he's gone in. They say, okay, you've got like an hour to eat this stuff, this whole entire meal, okay? He sits down and eats it in about 25 minutes. And then we'll get dessert afterwards.
Thanks.
You got the competition eaters that can do this kind of stuff. Even, I mean, not all of them are competition eaters, but I almost know who you're talking about because I watch a lot of his videos on YouTube and stuff like that because he does show that stuff on YouTube.
Right.
And it's just like, how do you do that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at Nathan's. Every year they have that hot dog eating contest.
Yeah.
And the guy that's wound up winning it for, I don't remember how many years in a row, little short guy from China or Japan that probably weighs about 120 pounds. And he's sitting there eating, what, 30, 40 of them?
Something like that.
Yeah. And it's like, you got these big burly guys and everything. They can't compete with them.
There's a young Chinese lady. I mean, she's like 100 pounds soaking wet. She won the Night Ray. She's won hot dog contests left, right, and sideways year after year after year after year.
There's really nobody out there that can really compare to a Chinese eater because you're watching a lot of these TikTok videos when they're sitting down at dinner and they got like
mukbang.
They're got all these damn eggs and stuff like that and all the noodles and they're just putting that stuff down there. Gone. It's like, what the hell? Where's it going? How are you swallowing that whole egg?
Yeah.
Oh, I seen a YouTube short. This Chinese guy was eating ribs. Okay, barbecue ribs, and they were so tender. What he'd do, he'd pop that bone out or something, and just rump like that. And there's this black guy watching this Chinese guy, and it's a contest between the two, you know. And this black guy, by the time he ate 2 ribs off the rack of ribs, this Chinese guy was way over halfway finished, 3/4 done with his ribs, and the black guy just went hell on it. I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah. But like, if it's Raging is that guy's got the long black beard and everything. He
I
goes
think
in there
so.
wearing like a baseball cap. But I mean, he's done it all over England. And now one thing I don't understand is why you have pork and beans for breakfast over there. That is a staple that the Brits have for breakfast. I mean, blood pudding and everything.
Hmm.
All the different eggs and hash browns, stuff like that. I mean, they got pretty big breakfast. So I'm going pork and beans for breakfast. That I don't know. I can't see that being something for here.
That's like a cowboy staple. I mean, that's something like
Yeah, it's
would eat out on the range and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
well, not really pork and
backpacking.
beans, but pinto beans. Yeah, that's a staple.
Yeah.
Pork and beans good with barbecue, but cowboys don't eat pork and beans all the time. They eat a lot of pinto beans and kidney beans.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, it
I
might
mean,
be that,
you know,
but for breakfast, that's something's like no, I can't see that being appetizing for me.
yeah. There's this girl. They got a Cajun restaurant up by Ohio. They got a bunch of Cajun restaurants in Ohio because there's a lot of Cajun people up in Ohio from Louisiana that open restaurants. Well, I forget this one. It was a YouTube video. This one girl, it was a 4-foot po' boy. And it's cut in 4 pieces, I think. Yeah, in 4. They had fried catfish on one part, the foot of it. 1 foot. What they do is they'll fill this po' boy up with lettuce, tomatoes, and then 1 foot of fried catfish, 1 foot of blackened catfish, 1 of I think it's mixed shrimp and oysters, deep fried, and the other one's deep fried shrimp. It's passing. And she ate all that. Bread, I mean everything. She ate everything. And French bread, that's kind of filling,
Yep.
French bread. And this is
And
a 4-foot po' boy cut in 4 1-foot pieces. She ate everything. This one little girl didn't weigh but $1.10.
mm-hmm.
Right. And there's one place
She does it all the time. She travels and does this stuff.
Right.
Yep.
But I was going to say there was one pizza restaurant that's somewhere here in the States. I don't remember where. It's somewhere up north. But they've got a challenge. I think it's a 4-foot diameter pizza that you and one other person can sit down and eat, but you have 1 hour to eat the whole
Oh,
thing.
God, that's as big as the table.
But
Don't
yeah, I mean,
feed me for 24 hours and give me one other person that's done the same thing, and I'll finish it.
yeah,
Yep.
but you got 1 hour. You've got 1 hour to finish it.
Hmm.
Damn.
But I mean, they've got that, and then
My
there's
table's
another
not even
place.
4 foot across.
But there's even one that the challenge. It's not like a regular meal. It's a sundae. They actually, this thing has got like 20 something scoops of ice cream, different flavors, and then it's got all the different toppings that would go with it.
Cool.
Yeah, and you've got like 1 hour to consume the whole thing.
I couldn't do it.
Brain freeze.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't do that because of the brain freeze. I'm like, no, I'm good.
But I mean, there's people. I've seen videos of people going in there, trying it, and they had one guy that had about 20 minutes left to go, and he goes, "Nope." And about that time, he started filling up that trash can next to him.
Oh,
I bet.
boy, that's
Too much ice cream will get your stomach every time.
Oh yeah,
too
You know,
cold.
yeah, and that's one thing I was going to say that about like the big Texan up there in Amarillo, that when you're going up there for that challenge, you have to sign the waiver and everything. You're
Mhm.
sitting on a stage by yourself.
Sorry, 710.
Yeah. Hey, at least Renegade's not here. Hey, for 710, you are on a cooking channel, so we're talking food.
Now, I got a buddy of mine in the coin community in 710. Oh, knows this guy good. Big Flip coins. Big Flip. Him and his wife, Flipside, and his and her sister, his sister-in-law, they came down here. They went they left Denver. They went down to but they ended up at Amarillo or with the Big Texan. They ended up there because he wanted to try their food. Now he didn't do the contest. Big Flip's a big guy now, but he didn't want to try to do that, hurt himself. But because he's not that big of a eater, not that big. He's a good size eater, but they went there, and then they went down to Matt 83's over here in Houma, and then they came here. Him, Matt, there was 4 of them came over here, but Matt's from Houma. Matt showed them. They followed Matt over here to my house because I'm good friends with Matt. And then we had the band house. They were playing music across the street, so went there. They ate over here. They ate a shrimp gumbo or shrimp stew, one of them. I forget what it was. I think it was shrimp gumbo. And they loved it. They loved it. We ate outside. We set up a table outside. It was nice outside. Very, very nice. Had a little breeze and all that. And we ate our fill. And I didn't drink that day. Missy was bugging me to drink, but I didn't drink. But Matt and all them were. Matt, he was like, I said, you're going to spend the night over here. You've been powering them beers down. You're going to sleep here tonight. Oh, okay.
Right. One thing I was going to say is on that challenge up there at the Big Texan, like I said, you got to sign the waiver. They put you up on stage, and they have a camera on you, during the whole time.
And the timer.
Right. They got the timer and everything going. Here's the thing. You can't get up from that seat during the time. During the time you're eating, you're not allowed to get up from that chair.
You can't stand up?
I don't know if you can or not, but I know you cannot leave that particular area. Right, that stage and everything. Because if you do, you're automatically disqualified.
Yeah, they think you're going to go to the bathroom or something.
If you say you're going to go to the bathroom, you're going to be DQ'd.
Okay. Let me go first. Then I want to sit down and do what I need to do.
Oh yeah, but they'll probably tell you if you need to go to the bathroom, go there first because you can't go during the competition.
Right. But thing about it is, I think it's like $75, $80 for it if you don't finish the meal.
Right.
But
I'm good.
But I mean, you get a chance to pick out your own steak and everything at it, and tell them how you want it cooked and everything. But now it's like for me, we didn't get a chance to go this year because the health issues and the finances and everything. I'm hoping that next year, Crystal and I can get a chance to go to TRF and go to the King's Feast, because now that place, for the money, I tell everybody, how much it costs to get in for that. It's $119 a person.
What to enter? To walk through the gate or to dress up and go in and
to enter the King's Feast, the event.
Oh, okay.
And you're getting into the actual TRF.
You're actually okay. The King's Feast is inside of TRF. Okay.
Yeah.
But that gets that $119. That gets you into the festival for the entire day. Okay. And I told them that if you look at it, break it down for the as far as how you're spending everything, it's well worth the money. For one thing, you're going to pay about $35 just to walk in the gate. Okay? And if you want, say, a soft drink, you're going to pay about $2.53 for one. If you want
now.
Right. And if you want a beer, you're talking about $7 to $8. Okay?
So you got to pay all that money and pay $8 a beer?
No. Like I said, I'm trying to break it down as far as why the $119 for the King's Feast is worth it.
Oh,
Okay.
King Feast. Yeah, you get everything free.
Right. Well, no. The King's Feast is a separate event. Okay.
Oh,
But it gets you, when you pay for your ticket, that gets you into the festival for the entire day. From 9 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night, you're in there for the entire run. But the King's Feast itself is 2 hours only. But it's an all you can eat 6-course prime rib meal.
ooh,
With
wow.
entertainment. And on top of that, like I said, it's all you can eat. And it's also all you can drink. Say you want soft drink, no big deal. You want tea, okay. You want beer, that's fine. They'll bring all the beer you want. You want wine, they've got red, they got white. If you want mead, they got sangria. All that is included in that price. What I'm trying to say is, if you were to go out there without going to the King's Feast, okay, you're going to spend about $35 just getting in the gate, okay? And by the way, at the King's Feast, you get a keepsake tankard automatically. You're going to get one, okay? Okay, so $35 getting in the gate. Right there at the entrance is the Dragon's Lair. You're going to spend at least $30 for one of the tankards from them, okay? So right now, you're already about 65, almost 70 bucks right there. And you haven't bought any drinks, you haven't bought any food.
All right.
And I can guarantee you, you're going to spend almost $100 or more in food and drink the rest of the day compared to what you're going to spend at the King's Feast. And you're not going to be hungry the rest of the day with all the food. And especially the way I like doing is I make sure I walk out there with my tankard full of mead. So I've got something drinking.
Or sangria. I love sangria.
You can get the sangria, you can do that, but when they came out with the meat, it's like, no, I want that.
There's your puppy.
Yep. She's snoozing.
Oh, she's out. I'm talking. She's not even twitching.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, you come in and they'll have like the little fruit and cheese thing setting up there for you. Then you'll have a salad. You'll have some soup. And then they'll start bringing out all the different vegetables. And then they start bringing out the meat part, which is they've got the prime rib. There's going to be sausage. There's going to be chicken. There's
let me add that rib.
barbecue. I'm trying to think what. And by the way, if you want anything else as far as the meat or any of the other stuff, all you gotta do is tell your server. They'll bring it to you. They will bring. They'll say, "Hey, you want more of it? Okay, fine. Here." I mean, when it's bringing out the meat, I think there's about 5 different meats that they have, and they will bring it out. Now, for me, I know with most people, prime rib, they like it with like pink and everything. To me, that's a little bit too raw still. I've actually said, can I get something that's cooked a little bit more? No problem. They will bring me, they will actually take it back to the back and cook it more and bring it back out. They do not have a problem. All you got to do is ask them.
Right.
And then you've got dessert afterwards. And usually they have some damn good dessert there. But like I said, that whole time, you're not just sitting there focusing on your food. You've got entertainment up in front of you the entire time. And, I mean, like I said, I've been on the TRF Pirate Cruises. Well, now, these past 2 cruises, they've actually had the band Pride of Bedlam on the cruise, which is the entertainment that's out there at TRF. And that's why right now, by the way, the latest word is, the next one's going to be 2024 for the next TRF Pirate Cruise. Like, we're going.
Guys, I'm going to run.
It's almost midnight.
I'm hurting.
Damn.
Beyond time.
I ate that old plate of red beans and rice and chicken. Oh.
I need to get this shut down because, it's late and everything.
All right. All right, look here. I'm gonna do it real quick. Love, peace, and crackling grease. I'll catch y'all later. Good seeing y'all again.
All right. Raging.
See ya.
Same.
Y'all keep those wheels spinning, your beavers grinning. The Raging Cajun. Catch you on the next one.
All right. Crystal. She's not even paying attention. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody. You know, I know we haven't had a lot of people here watching, but like I said, getting started on doing the live streams for the cooking channel. Don't know whenever we're going to do them. We'll be trying to get more videos out for the cooking channel and everything. But like I said, I appreciate everybody that's been here. So, yep, she's already popped out and gone. All right. So until next time, which like I said, I do not have a scheduled day as far as when we're going to be doing this. Still trying to work it all out. So till next time, everybody, like I say, is what I say on my other one. Y'all stay safe and God bless and good night.